How we doing, guys? Dozo03 here. And in today's video, we're going to do a little bit of what season are we in? What's it called? Season of the Hunt. Yeah, there we go. Season of the Hunt gameplay. Students do Wrathborn hunts because I have 5 of them charged up. Might as well do them. And just going to give my thoughts on this whole... Oh, God. I always do the ones for recon data because I like to level the thing up. So my thoughts overall on the season Beyond Light, because all the videos on the channel for D2 for the last like 2 months have just been straight up raiding. So we're gonna just do the gameplay loop of this season, show it off, and talk about how the expansion is. Yeah. So at the end of Season of Arrivals, which is so far my favorite season in the game, we did all the raids because all the boys got back on. So every raid besides Garden is on the channel, and there will never be Garden on the channel because Garden made me whip my controller at a wall. I'm never doing it again. I don't care about Divinity. I don't want it. Every other raid is on the channel, though. There's been some other little Destiny videos. I did the Lament quest and New Light quests. I just game clipped some of the cutscenes and cool moments from those quests. If you guys who saw those like those, let me know. I'll do it again. I had fun doing it, and it lets me just game clip things as I play, so I don't really have to broadcast. So it's nice to just be able to play the game and then eventually have a video made without really having to do too much. So if you like that, let me know. I have begun to save all my game clips from this game dating back to 2018 on my computer, so if you guys want like a game clip compilation, let me know. Speaking of game clip compilations, my boy Big Pablo Gordo, known hunter hater, he uploaded a video on his channel of him shitting on people in Crucible. Go check it out. Go join his Den of Toxicity. Give him a like, give him a sub. I'll link him in the description below. So this is the gameplay loop of Season of Arrivals. Yeah, this is really it. You do a Wrathborn hunt where if I die, I swear to God. Basically, you're killing a decent health yellow enemy, and then it runs away. I should have it. Run away point. There we go. Yeah, so it runs away.
Whether or not you can stop it, old light.
And you basically pick up its track.
Think we can.
You're essentially just hunting prey at Season of the Hunt. That's the whole point of this season. And this is really it. So I'll talk about Beyond Light later because I absolutely love Beyond Light. It's probably my second favorite expansion to Taken King, which Deepstone Crypt is my second favorite raid to Kingsfall. So that's where Taken King stands. Obviously, I regard it as the greatest expansion in Destiny. But Beyond Light's really good. Really good. Season of the Hunt, not as good as Arrivals. I didn't play a ton during Season of Warmind, Season of Undying, Season of Dawn, whatever. I really didn't play a lot. I played, but not enough to really have an opinion on the seasons and the gameplay loops. I love the loop in Arrivals. The Contact Public event, it was okay. But I love the Umbral Engram system and the way of picking your own loot. And the loot pool was amazing. I mean, they brought back so many weapons from previous seasons, so many good new weapons. Arrivals was a great season. This season, Hunt is okay, but there's only 4 Wrathborn hunts to do. Like, that's it. You only get 4. So after literally probably an hour of gameplay, speaking of which, 50 minutes of that hour is you charging the lure in Strikes and Crucible and Gambit. 10 minutes is doing the hunts. They really don't take that long. Bungie did update it so you can hold 5 instead of 3, and they made the charge time quicker, which is cool. Still, though, it's not the greatest gameplay loop. It's really repetitive. It's not a really fun thing to do with friends because you can do them on your own pretty easily. You don't need friends to do it. This one makes me rage, though, so there might be some anger in this video as well. And the rewards aren't that good. There's only 4 weapons, where when you look at Season of Arrivals, sure, some of them are rehashed, but, you know, getting the Escalation Protocol weapons with random rolls instead of their set rolls was really cool. And it brought back a lot of old weapons, which I just really liked. So, And it brought a lot of old weapons back that weren't part of the random loot pool because they were in year 1. And it prevents them from being sunset because year 1 shit is all gone at sunset. But Season of Arrival still has a couple more seasons to be relevant. So it also keeps those guns fresh in the loot, for loot. So overall, the Arrivals loot pool was fantastic, and the Umbrella Engram system was great, letting you pick your rewards from a really diverse loot pool. Weapons like Falling Guillotine, which is my sword right now, is still one of the best weapons in the game, even post-nerf. It's still, it devastates me. Now this Wrath Hunt gets me very mad. Just as a heads up. The other 3 are like stupidly easy. This particular one drives me nuts. But overall, that's my main complaint with this season's loot is the gameplay. If you're doing a season, whatever the gameplay loop of that season is, should be the main driver of the season. You fuck! Fuck! But yeah, so whatever the... I think, you know, Contact was the point, and it was the main driver of Season of Arrivals. You did Contact on all the maps that were getting sunset, and there was always the quest for it, which got you Pinnacle gear. It was great. Contact itself was debatable on how good it was. Like, we could definitely debate if Contact was fun. I mean, sometimes I absolutely hate it. Yeah, sometimes if I die, I'm gonna kill myself. But yeah, I didn't totally love Contact. It was just PvP or PvE Gambit. Without the PvP part, you were just banking modes, killing shit. But it was good, and the loot pool was solid, and that's what I care about the most in really any event. Anything in the game, the big question is instantly, is the loot pool good? Because if the loot pool is not good, you're not gonna want to do this. So the loot pool for this, you get, there's an SMG called Friction Fire. It's not bad. The Cold Front, the Dawning one, is way better. There's a linear fusion rifle, which isn't bad, but who uses linear fusion rifles? There's a grenade launcher, which is okay. And then there's Royal Chase, which is the scout rifle, which is also part of the season pass, which is okay. Not a fantastic weapon by any means. Not bad, I've used it a bit. None of the weapons, though, I would say are keepers. Nothing like Falling Guillotine or Gnawing Hunger or the Ikelos SMG that we got last season in Arrivals. Those were all really good weapons that people still use. So those were definitely better than anything we have now. That's for sure. And it's not even a bad season, but we got so much good stuff in Arrivals that, you know, it's understandable. I figured it wouldn't be as sweet. It was bound to happen that the loot wouldn't be as good. You know, I expected it, is basically what I'm saying. I figured the loot would not be that good. Not that good, I shouldn't say that. Oh my god, I better not fucking die. Not good, that's the wrong way to put it, but not as good as Arrivals. You're done. That was actually the easiest run I've ever had of this.
They seem to be cybernetic in nature, like me.
But yeah, so I guess we'll try to do every Wrathborn hunt. We'll do that in this video. We'll do every Wrathborn hunt.
First of my scavenger cruise to discover a CRYPTOLITH tried to dismantle it.
Yeah, it's not that the loot wasn't going to be good, but you knew it probably wouldn't hit the level that we got last season. And the problem is with weapon sunsetting, you needed that loot to be good. When they sunset, I don't know exactly how much, but I'm going to ballpark like 70% of the weapons in the game. Because most of the weapons in this game were Red War, Curse of Osiris, and Warmind. Just it felt like it. And even Forsaken and Shadowkeep weapons got sunset too, which, to not go on a tirade, you shouldn't sunset weapons for content people still have to pay for. That's kind of shitty to do that to people. Because you can still buy Shadowkeep and Forsaken. So you're basically telling people to go buy it when it gives you literally nothing. So I don't really agree with that. But whatever. It's whatever. But yeah, when you're sunsetting so much, the loot pool needs to be strong. Which, when Beyond Light dropped, we all know how that was. Now, they fixed it. They've definitely fixed the loot pool. They've added more stuff. But onto Season of the Hunt specifically, since that's really what I'm playing here. It's not terrible, but again, this gameplay loop of Wrathborn hunts, no one's doing this. And at least Contact, again, Contact wasn't great. It was good, but not great. But at least that loop was something you could just jump into and play Contact. To do these Wrathborn hunts, and I know it sounds like a stupid complaint, but you have to play the game. Which isn't bad, but the point is you can't just jump into it. You have to do other stuff that you've already done. And those playlists have their own problems. The Strike playlist has its problems. The Crucible has been a sandbox nightmare ever since Stasis dropped, which everyone kind of predicted would happen. But it's been I mean, I don't mind. It's fun. I still enjoy Crucible, but I'm definitely not a PvP player, so Crucible's been a shit mess ever since Beyond Light dropped. Vanguard playlist, when you sunset half the locations on the map, more than half the strikes. I mean, the Mars strikes were probably 2 of my favorites in the game. Titan strike was awesome. The Io strikes were awesome. So the strikes they took out were, excluding Mercury, terrible. The strikes they took out were really fun. And it made the strike playlist a lot weaker, considering you don't have a ton of strikes anymore. Then you just get stuck with Exodus Crash and Corrupted back-to-back, and it's just a grind. There's not a lot of strikes left that I really want to play. So, there's that. So, that's what I mean. The playlists have their own problems. So to have to go into those playlists for a while just to do this seasonal loop, you know, doing back when the season dropped before they patched it, you'd have to do 3 of something. So 3 Crucible, 3 Strikes, 3 Gambit. That'll probably take you 40 to 45 minutes. Crucible's your quickest bet. Strikes and Gambit are your longer bets. But we're talking probably 30 to 45 minutes to do something that takes 5. That's not a good trade-off. In the slightest. That's a horrible trade-off. In terms of how long it takes you to be able to do something, and then how long it actually takes you to do it. It's definitely not a good trade. But letting you hold 5 and reducing the time is an improvement. I'll take it. Not a great one, but I'll take it. I mean, I'm excited for the end of season event. I think I've seen it leaked. I'm not going to talk about it, but I think I've seen it. It got data mined, and it was on the Destiny 2 subreddit. And it definitely sets up something cool. And this whole season, arrivals in this season really are setups for me for the bigger grand scheme of the story in this game. So, the arrivals, not much happened, but it totally set up the darkness. And then in this DLC, we kind of have the darkness really coming. But like, I'm still waiting to like actually see the darkness. Which is fine. It's fine, I'll wait for it. But, again, the season feels like it's setting up something bigger. Crow is obviously a thing again, which the community seems to love him. I absolutely hate him. I can't shake the fact that this is still the guy that killed King. I guess it's just me. It seems I'm really the only one that thinks like that. And I can't believe that. I mean, this guy literally killed King. And we like him? Give me a break. But it's cool if they're going to give him a redemption story, and if his redemption story is good, I will not mind him. I'm interested to see if the Guardian ever tells him what he did. That'll be really interesting. And by the way, see how quick I did that? That was so quick.
I can almost make it out.
It's clear to me.
That was
A woman's
extremely
voice.
quick.
She keeps asking for something.
We should hurry.
The rewards aren't
Long-term
bad,
exposure
don't get me
to
wrong.
Siegel
The
Rat's
rewards are
signal is
actually not
starting
that
to
bad
take
for
its
this.
toll.
But, yeah. It's not even the rewards. They aren't bad. It lets you pick. But the degree it lets you... Oh, how we doing? That's not good for me. But the degree of choice is not as good as Arrivals. Arrivals, you can boil it down to one weapon or the other, which was really nice. In this one, it's... You know, I mean, you can pick whatever weapon you want, but there's only 4 weapons. We're really not getting a ton here, so... Yeah. It's not like we're getting to pick between 15 weapons. If that were the case, fine. But you get to pick between 4. And one of them is right in your season pass. So, one of them you don't even have to touch the season and you get the weapon. Maybe just by comparison, I never finished the Arrivals Triumph book. I've never finished the Triumph Seal. But Warden, besides this, because this is Hawkmoon that came out later, I got all this done within 2 days of the season coming out. This one we're still waiting on. This is a Secret Triumph, so we don't know what that is yet. But the point is, it was so easy to beat all this. Which tells you Arrivals had so much more. There was so much more shit to do. And the Hawkmoon quest was so short. I liked the Hawkmoon quest. I didn't broadcast it because, again, it was really short and I didn't feel like it, but it's interesting it drops with random rolls. I'm not mad that Hawkmoon is the seasonal quest weapon. Also, yeah, you don't have to place your lure if someone's also already doing this. Pretty nice. So, I will say, I'm really talking about the season more than Beyond Light. I'm not talking much about Beyond Light, because besides some thoughts on Sunsetting, I really don't have anything negative to say about Beyond Light. From Europa being one of my favorite locations, the content loop of Europa, the Lou on Europa, the raid, to me it's perfect. I love it. The season, I would give Arrivals like a 9 out of 10. I'd give this like a 6, maybe a 7 if I'm feeling nice. Nothing like Arrivals, though. God damn it. Where the fuck? Son of a bitch. Then this happens, and then you get really mad. You overshoot the green shit, and you just don't know where to go. But I think I'd probably give it like a 6 or 7. It's good, not great. It's meh. It's got its problems. Duality, though, the shotgun. Because every exotic, or every season pass gives you an exotic. Last season we got Wither Horde. Way better than Duality. But Duality's nice. Duality's nice. Bring that thing into the Crucible. It's actually pretty good. So I'll give it that. The weapons, though, also not as good. Cold Denial and Falling Guillotine. Way better than Blast Batu and... what's the name of this guy rifle again? Royal Chase. So last season stuff was way better. I will say, I'll show this off quick. The ornament set for this season is fan-fucking-tastic. I will say that. The ornaments are fantastic. I feel like this is among the coolest my hunters looked. The Mask of Bacchus exotic from Beyond Light blends in perfectly. I'll give them that. The exotic designs, or not the exotic designs, the ornament designs for the season pass, really, really good. So, that I like. I will definitely admit I really like that. And I do like Duality, so those two things I like. The legendaries, not so much. And of course, really, the gameplay loop is the most important thing. Nothing's more important than the gameplay of the season. You know, what's going to invest you for the next 3 months. So that's what it is. It's like a 3-month grind. So, are these 4 Wrathborn hunts? I mean, we're at 19 minutes in this video. So probably within 30 minutes, we're going to have all 4 of this season's main events done. Is that really enough? I'm willing to say no. It's definitely not enough. And that's the problem. Contact you can do for a while, get some rewards, get a shit ton of Umbral Engrams, bring all those Umbral Engrams to the decoder, and shoot your shot at some God Roll weapons that were really good weapons. I'm not grinding for a God Roll SMG. I'm not, it's not that I don't want a God Roll SMG, it's a specific God Roll SMG offering. I don't happen to think it's very good. Relatively, we've had better, is the main point I'm trying to say. We've had a lot better things than what they've given us. We've definitely been given better before. If I die, so help me fuck. And we're done with the But again, I think when you come off the duel from Arrivals and then come into this,
the light doesn't direct your
night and day.
decisions. I'm still me. Yes, but
And because of how good the Arrivals weapons were, and since we all got to grind that, we already have a God Roll SMG with the Ikelos one, which lets you run a Warmind cell build. There's no reason to even get Friction Fire. And then a linear fusion rifle? For DPS, I'm not using that. So that's out of the picture. Same with the grenade launcher. And then the scout. Sure. But I don't really care. It's not something I'm willing to pour my time into. So I think the fact that there's only 4 weapons hurts. The 4 weapons definitely hurts. But what can you do? It's not a, you know, and these mods all let you pick different stuff. Like, see, this gives you, you know, Masterworks or stats. So it's cool. I mean, it's not the worst idea, but it's implemented terribly. Weapon-wise. Armor-wise, it's actually not a bad system. Letting you choose Masterworks and stats, that's not too bad. That's cool. 4 weapons, though, for a loop. That's bad. 4 weapons. One of them's already in the season pass. It's not good. It's not pretty. And, I mean, let's be real. Most of us care more about weapons than armor. If you want high-rolled armor, there's Europa, one of the sabotage quests, that actually gives you... Someone already... So they already killed the ogre, so I just get to straight-up track. That's nice. But for armor, there's a Europa sabotage quest that lets you have a chance at high roll of the Crystal Crean armor dropping from the Empire hunts. So that eliminates the need for this. I mean, I guess it's nice to be able to choose, you know, I specifically want mobility, specifically want resilience, or recovery, but it also doesn't guarantee a high stat roll. It just means you have high of a stat. I'd rather have a high stat roll than a high stat, because I can just use an armor mod. So it's cool, but really, I don't think it has much of a use. If you do, go for it, but I don't see the use. So we're at 22 minutes, and we're about to finish. This one also is slightly a bitch. That Fallen one, the second one I did, the non-shank Fallen one, is the easiest one. I think the shank one is the biggest pain in the ass. The knight's not bad, and this one is... Oh, fuck, fuck, fuck me, fuck, fuck, fuck! Son of a bitch. Hunters have the best jump, but I still can't hit all of them. So yeah, there's not much more to talk about with this season, really. The pass itself is not too bad. Worth the money for the exotic shotgun and the armor. When an armor set normally costs you 15 silver, these ornaments are nicer than anything on the Eververse store. And the pass is only 10 bucks, plus you get a shit ton of bright dust, materials, as you usually get. The emote's not bad. What else? I'm trying to think of other things to get. The emote at the end isn't bad. And, yeah, the sparrow isn't too bad, I guess. Sometimes it plays my favorite soundtrack. So. Only on this one, though. The ribbon fight music sometimes plays. Yeah, it's playing. But I'm not gonna talk. But yeah, that is the best soundtrack in this game. I'll fight anybody to the death. The Riven fight music. By the way, on Spotify, it's called Keep the Voices if you're looking for it. As I have for a long time. Far and away, the best thing this game's ever produced in any soundtrack. Get out of there. Go, fuck! potential for these to get annoying. But it's really if you're just being like me and you're playing like an idiot. Otherwise, they're not that hard. It's also 12:50 in the morning. I just realized that. I shouldn't be screaming. Like, just realized it's 12:50. I didn't know what time it was. Are you fucking serious, you cunt? Really? Oh boy. Oh boy. That... Okay. Okay, you know what? That definitely worth it. It's playing the song again. It's playing the fun song. Really? Dude, why is every time she flinging me to a wall? Why do I die so bad? Like, I get flung into walls a lot when I play this game. And now I don't get the good music. I'm not pleased. Okay. Let's finish. Yeah, no. Yeah, that was enough. You're dead, you stupid cunt. That was it. Every Wrathborn hunt in 27 minutes.
So we press on. If we can spare even a single life from her torture, we must.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Calm yourself. So let's see. Here's the helmet, and it drops 55 stat roll. It's not even that good. So that's the season loop. That's it. 27 minutes. I did the entire season. So, yeah, I'd give it like a 6 or 7. Probably a 6. I mean, I'm still using Guillotine. And then Beyond Light stuff and really old stuff. The weapons are nothing I would ever use in a million years. So, yeah, overall, it's not a great season. It's not a bad one. But, not that impressed. But either way, guys, it's been 3 weeks since I made a Destiny video. Figured I'd crank one out at 1 in the morning. That's my thoughts on Season of the Hunt. I'll do another one of these next season. Like I said, I'm not going to do it for Beyond Light because my thoughts are overwhelmingly positive. And yeah, I would really only do a review video for something I'm more critical about, not something that I think is pretty damn flawless. So, but when you combine Season of the Hunt with all the awesome stuff in Beyond Light, it does make for a pretty fun game, and the state of the game is pretty good. I think sunsetting was definitely a shock to the community, and we're still trying to figure out where we're going to go post-sunset, but we'll get there. Didn't know that was death. But yeah, we'll figure it out. More loot will be coming. I mean, once the raid dropped and Season of the Hunt dropped, and they fixed some sunset, they got more weapons. We're good. Either way, guys,